and welcome to my storytelling space. A story is waiting. Join us. Come in. And now, if you're ready, the tale will begin. How the Camel Got His Hump. In the beginning of the years, when the world was so new and all, and the animals were just beginning to work for people, there was a camel who lived in the middle of the howling desert because he did not wish to work at all. And he was most excruciating idle, and he lived there and he ate tamarisks and milkweed and prickles, and he never, ever did any work. Well, presently, the horse, wearing a saddle and having a bit in his mouth, came up to the camel and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and trot with the rest of us." And the camel looked at him and said, "Humph." And the horse went back and told the man. Well, presently along came the dog with a stick in his mouth, and he said, "Camel, oh camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." But the camel looked at him and only said, "Humph." And so the dog went back and told the man. Well, next came the ox with a yoke around his neck, and he said, "Camel, oh camel, come and plow like the rest of us." To which the camel responded, "Humph." And so the ox went back and told the man. Well, that night, the man called the horse and the dog and the ox to him, and he said, 303, I am sorry to tell you that there is a camel in the desert who says he can't work, and well, I guess I will have to leave him alone, but because of that, with the world so new and all, you will have to work double time, and I am sorry about that. Now that made the three very angry, and so they went to the edge of the desert and they held a palaver, a meeting, and they began to talk about this. And presently along came the camel, and he laughed at them, and he was chewing his kind of most excruciating idle, and he just said, "Humph," and then he went back into the desert. Well, that made the three even angrier. And then presently along came out of the desert a genie of all the desert, rolling in a great big cloud of dust, and he stopped right beside the three. And so the horse turned to him and said, "Genie of all deserts, is it right that one should not work with the world so new and all?" "Certainly not," said the genie. "Well," said the horse, "there is one in the middle of the howling desert, and he is a howler himself, and he says he will not work." Said the genie. "And what does he look like?" "Oh," said the dog, "he has very long neck and very long legs, and he will not fetch or carry." "Oh," said the genie, "that sounds for all the world like my camel." "And what does he say about it?" "Well, he says, 'Humph,'" said the ox, "and he will not plow." "Well, does he say anything else?" asked the genie. "No," said the horse, "just 'Humph.'" Said the genie, "Well, I'll humph him if you give me a minute." And so the genie wrapped himself up in that great cloak of dust and magic, and he went off into the howling desert to find the camel. Now when he found him, the camel was standing over a pool of water and looking at his reflection. "Oh, camel," said the genie, "what is this I hear of you not working with the world so new and all?" And the camel turned to him and said, "Humph." Said the genie, sitting down and putting his chin in his hand and thinking a great magic. You have missed 3 days already, he said. You have not done a stroke of work since midnight. Humph, said the camel. And the genie sat there, thinking and thinking a great magic. I wouldn't say that again if I were you, said the genie. I wish you to go and work. Humph, said the camel. And no sooner had he said that than a great big lump began to grow on his back, that back that he was so proud of, and it grew and grew and grew and puffed up into a great lolloping lump. Oh, said the camel, what will I do? I wish you to work, said the genie. But how can I work with this lump on my back? Asked the camel. That is made a purpose, said the genie, because you have missed work for 3 days. You have not worked since Monday, and today is Thursday. You will be able to work for 3 days without eating. Oh, said the camel. Now, said the genie, I wish you to go and join the other 3 and to work. And so the camel, with his hump, went back and joined the other 3. And because of that, the camel always wears a hump. And we call it a hump because to call it a hump would hurt his feelings. And he can work for 3 days without eating. And he's never caught up with those 3 days. And so this continues on. And in addition, he has never learned how to behave. And that is the story of how the camel got his hump, or hump. And that's taken from the Just So stories written a long time ago by Rudyard Kipling. I hope you enjoyed that one. Until next time, bye-bye.